there's two sides of business. There's the financial side, which we invest so much in, obviously is important. And then there's a spiritual side. How'd you do it? Did you build a good culture? Were you kind to people? Were you philanthropic? How did you do it? And we tend to sometimes neglect this side. If you have $1 billion and your spirit is 0, 1 billion times 0 is 0. The name of this game is to get enough of this, whatever enough is for you, without sacrificing or compromising this. That's what I want to talk about today. That's what I want to talk about today, so here we go. The reason why people go to conferences, I know this is a little bit different, but people want one thing. They want mindset. Everybody here wants mindset. Who doesn't want a better mindset? I learned a mindset hack that completely changed my life. You can master it in 5 minutes or less. I'm gonna teach it to you right now. You can teach it to your kids in 5 minutes or less. You can leave here and implement it in 5 minutes or less. And what I'm about to share with you, if I would have told, they would have told me this 10 years ago, I would have said this is the most hokey thing I've ever heard. Impossible, no way, but I'm telling you, nothing has had a greater impact on me and my children than this. A couple of years ago, I was training for a race called the Last Man Standing. Here's the format of the race. It's a 4.2-mile loop. You got an hour to complete it. If you finish that loop in, let's say, 50 minutes, you get a 10-minute break. Then they line you up again at the top of the hour at the starting line to run the loop again. And they repeat that process over and over until one person's left standing. The last man standing. The race can go on for days. So during my training, I did 10 training runs of 38 miles. And every time I got to 38 miles, I stopped. That was my limit. 38 miles, not bad for a guy in his 50s. But 38 miles isn't gonna get you very far in a race like this. And then I heard on a podcast, I heard a Navy SEAL, a guy by the name of Chad Wright, talking about how he took a kid that had never run 5 miles in his life all the way to the finish line of a 100-mile race by having him repeat over and over, I will not quit, I will not quit, I will not quit. I'm like, that's impossible. There's no way, I've been running my whole life. You can't 20x your longest run by saying, I won't quit. But this guy's a Navy SEAL on a highly reputable podcast. I don't think he's lying. So I cold call him. So the next morning we get to the breakfast table. He says, Jesse, today we're gonna do 3 things and 3 things only, man. And if you do these 3 things, man, you're gonna shatter your 38 miles. The first thing we're gonna do is we're never gonna give our pain a voice. I said, what does that mean, Chad? He said, I know it's gonna be hard. You're gonna be like, I'm tired, I have blisters, I'm not good at sales, the market's turning, competition's too tough, this is a tough job. I know we're gonna have these thoughts, but we're never gonna speak them. Because once we speak those words, we give them power. If I ask you how you feel today, your only answer is outstanding. Number 2, we're never gonna die in the chair. I said, what does that mean, Chad? He said, we're never gonna come back after one of these loops, sit in the chair and be like, I quit. Today, we're taking quitting off the table. Either we hit our goal of going over 38 miles, or we exhaust every option, we empty the tank, and it didn't work. Either one of those is okay. Events don't define us. And number 3, every time we get back from one of these loops, even though it's gonna be hard, life is hard. My kids have glitches like your kids have glitches. Life is hard, but we have a lot to be thankful for. We're in a beautiful hotel with an amazing company. We help people. Every time we come back, we're gonna say one thing we're grateful for. We're not gonna forget today, Jesse, what we're grateful for. So I did those 3 things. I shattered my 38 miles, and everybody here can do the same thing. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, stand up.